What's up, world? So I'm doing a video today basically about the power and the hindrance of the body and the power and the hindrance of the soul, basically. Now, the soul doesn't really have very many hindrances. The biggest hindrance would be the body. And, you know, the hindrance of the body is basically the fact that you got to eat, you got to fuck to get a nut off. You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know, meditate in the morning every day to get to your spiritual side, because in a sense, your spirit, your body has forgotten the spirit. Unless you get back in contact with it, then basically you're just a body and you're not using your full potential. Because from what I've studied and from what I've learned, to be really honest, your body is basically your lower vibrational self. That's the lowest of you, is the body, right? And the highest vibrational self would be the spirit and the soul. Now, the spirit is something that only exists with the soul, from what I can tell, or it's more connected to only exists with the body. And it's something that only really, from what I've studied, like exists in the body. I mean, I have to do more research to see if the spirit travels with you when you die. But, you know, I do know that you're more of a soul than anything else when you leave this place. The spirit is in the body. Now, I don't know if it travels with you, so I'm not gonna really get into that. But so when you're alive, you know, you're a human, and your lower vibrational self is the body, because you have to feed the body. You know, you have to keep the body clean. You have to keep the body meditated. You have to keep the body medicated. Not in the sense of pharmaceutical drugs, but in the sense of just remedies that keep yourself together and keep your body in check, keep your spirit, soul, and body, which is the real Trinity, all together. And they work in tangent. They work together. So they work as a team, rather than you just being if you're just looking at yourself as just a body, then of course you're missing two core elements, and of course you're always going to be on that lower frequency, because all you're really doing is you have an adaptation with just the body, which is not what you are. But I don't say all this shit to say throw the baby out with the bathwater. No, you don't do that. Which means that you don't just say, oh, okay, I'm a spiritualist and I understand spirituality, and the body's a lower vibration, so, you know, let me just kill myself right now. That's definitely not what you do, because you still miss the journey. Because for you to live is to get in contact again with your spirit and your soul, to learn how to die again, because life is really about dying. The only real thing in life is dying, really. We all know that this is not a real reality, especially this is going to be going in that, you know, the Bobby Hemmett and the occult knowledge group. So y'all niggas know that already. This is not real, but still, you have to ride the journey, though. This is what some spiritualists can't seem to grasp, is the fact that you still have to do the work in the human body. You still got to live in the body. You know what I'm saying? You still have to take the adventures in the body. You know what I mean? You still have to undergo that. Like, you know, the escapade, you still have to take the escapade in the body to connect the spirit and soul, so you can know how to die again, so that therefore you're not coming back to earth again. Now, this is what the Gnostics get into. This is what a lot of spiritual teachers, they basically teach you. Let me just pull over for 1 second so I can finish this up, because I don't want to make this that long, because I'm, what they would say, working right now. But yeah, you know, it's not about just coming to realize that your spirit is overtaking the body and you're really a spirit, so fuck the body. Not in a sense. That's not what it's about, because like I said, you wouldn't be in a human body then. To learn how to connect everything together, to understand everything as a spectrum, just like evil, and you are both evil and good. I don't know why people, like, even people that get on the spiritual side, see, I'm still smoking cigarettes. That's something that the body has to deal with, but I'm still on a higher level. Will I understand this, that, and the third? But, you know, I'm still smoking cigarettes, and I think that's fine for now, even though I'm not gonna always be smoking them. But that's just the fact of the matter. The fact of the matter is that you're all these things in one. Like, you are the devil and you're also Jesus Christ, which I'm pretty sure you niggas know by now. So it's not about staying on either side of the spectrum, which people don't understand. If somebody comes up to you and trying to hurt you, knock them the fuck out if that's what you have to do. That's you appealing to your lower chakras, your lower side, your human side, which is something that has to be done. If a war goes on right now, don't lay down and just say, I'm a spiritualist. I might as well just let them kill me. Fight for what you have to fight for, and when it's time to go, that's when you go. So you have to understand that you're not just your higher self. Not in the body, you're not, because the body is the lower self. For you to even be a human is you basically not even appealing, but you in your lower frequency, because you're in the body. You have to understand that. That's something that people don't understand when they get on the spiritual level. They're like, well, I'm just a spirit, so I'm just going to basically just say fuck the body and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. No. And some people realize this, so they do exercising, and they have to get the proper nutrients and everything else, because they understand that you have to keep the body clean in order to merge the body with the spirit and the soul to become one. Same thing with the masculine and the feminine energy. You don't have to be a homosexual, but you definitely you have to combine the energies of both, because you are both. You're both male and female. I don't give a fuck what they're telling you or what you've heard men say nowadays about what it means to be a man and all this shit that they made up over a couple thousand years, which is not a span of time at all, really. You're still both. Just like you are the devil, you are God, and you are Jesus Christ, and you are anything else, every other deity, that's you. Really, any deity that you're hearing about really is just another aspect of you, or the same aspect of you, just with a different name. So you have to understand that. That's something that's simplistic enough for people to understand if I just stab them with it and they feel blood from it. You know what I'm saying? They drip blood from that. So that's what that is, man. It's just, basically, it's not about being your higher self all the time, because you're not going to always be your higher self. If you're going to be your higher self all the time and just deal with the spirit, you'll be in the crazy house next week, because you'll be seeing things that are not of this realm, because you're in the other realm. You're in the fourth and the fifth dimension, which is where your mind really is. Like your mind and your brain are not the same thing. Your mind is in another realm right now. Your mind is in the fourth or the fifth dimension, depending on your level of consciousness. That's where the mind is. Your body is going to always be in the third dimension. That's why you can't leave with the body. You cannot die and your body's going to transmute somewhere else. It's not going to happen. When you leave here, your body stays here and you dip. You know what I'm saying? Your spirit and soul, I would say, dips. So, yeah, it's still about carrying this body and merging the energies and understanding that you're both polarity. This doesn't mean go outside and kill people and rape younger kids and rape women. That does not mean any of that type of shit. Because you're going to still put yourself in limbo doing that type of shit, but you have to understand lower vibrational. What I mean by the evil is consuming. Eating food, consuming. Feeling like you have to have sex. Having a lust for something. That's perfectly within the realm of humanity, and there's nothing really wrong with it. It doesn't mean you can do anything as a human because you're lower vibrational, so it's like, fuck it, I might as well just, nah, that doesn't mean that. Because putting your body in limbo can also mean putting your spirit in limbo, so that's something you definitely don't want to do. Because it's going to stop, it's going to have a hindrance, it's going to hinder you from leaving Earth correctly. You'll be stuck in between two planes, and you'll be back on Earth before you fucking know it, really. So that's what it's all about, man. Understanding two polarities of things and bringing them into one, not staying on a higher spectrum or a lower spectrum, especially not a lower spectrum. So, wholeness family, got that shit from my nigga Seven Balmer. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that nigga. Wholeness to every fucking body. You know what I'm saying? And I don't say anything that doesn't correspond to me. So wholeness means exactly what I just said. Wholeness, the whole spectrum, the whole 360, bringing it all together to make one circle. Not staying at the top half or the lower half or in between or on the side. That's what that means. So I'm going to end this video. I got to get back to doing these fucking deliveries. Y'all niggas stay cool and, comment. Got any questions, ask. I'll do my best to answer the questions. I would like that. Share the video. I'm going to put this on YouTube, so please hit that like button and subscribe. I got more spiritual videos that I've already done and more that are coming out. I also do music, so I'll be dropping some music soon, some freestyles or whatever the fuck else. So check that out. I appreciate you guys watching, and one love, man. One love.